Welcome to Touch of Faith Podcast. What's the deal? I'm your host, Karan McNeil, and this is my co-host.
Ushenta Pope, and we coming at you today with two topics based on soul ties.
And character defects. Let's get into it, y'all. A soul tie is a tense emotional, spiritual, or physical bond that connects two individuals, often creating a deep sense of attachment that can persist long after a relationship ends. These connections, which can be positive or toxic or formed through strong intimacy, shared trauma, or deep friendships, sometimes described as a magnetic gravitational pull.
Okay, and that's dealing with things that look attachments that, like I say, when we have a soulmate or a partner that we end up being in a relationship, we got to be careful that we don't get with the person that's unhealthy for us, because when you lay down with somebody, you exchange spirits and souls, whether you know it or not, and that's something very serious that you're doing with your body, and you don't know who that person that laid down with before you. So be aware of what you do when you're dealing with that person in that soul tie. And when you're dealing with somebody that you connected with, that's a friend that you think a friend, but they're really an enemy of yours. Be careful in both sides of that.
Yeah, that's deep. Imagine having a child bond.
Wow, man. Ooh, wait. That's almost like saying you got a demonized child in the essence of it.
A lot of times, you can see that.
Wow.
What's going on right now in this world. It also could be a romantic relationship, unable to move on from an ex-partner,
Wow.
dead or alive.
Mm.
Physical intimacy. It could be through sexual intercourse, deep friendships. It cannot be. It don't have to be romantic. Trauma bonding. It could be through a traumatic experience that you had with a person. Let's say something bad happened in both of y'all life and y'all connect with that. It could be also a bonds that feel impossible to break despite for harmful behavior. That's like if you toxic and let's just say y'all fight a lot, y'all argue a lot, and for some reason y'all can't let each other go. You keep saying I don't want to be with that person, but you end up steady can't find your way, not calling that person when you have a drink or if you just sober, just or whatever situation that you're going through. So I relate to a lot of these because I have been in almost every single one of these. And if you don't believe it's true, look up the definition.
Wow, and that's deep, man. Just the thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Bonding with somebody, but bonding with the wrong spirit. Wow. I mean, can y'all just think, back in the relationships that y'all had in the past, and y'all knew the relationship wasn't healthy, but you still stuck around. You still tried to give that person the benefit of the doubt, and guess what? And the relationship still turned out very toxic.
A lot of times we think that person loves us. A lot of times you try to make that person jealous to see how much they love us. And then you find out how much they really love you at the end. And, do you really want to waste your time fighting for love and you getting all the red flags that it's not right for you? I think it's time to change. It's 2026, y'all. Let's change our mindset.
That's right.
Our next topic going to be about
character defects. And it's something that I constantly talk about on this podcast because character defects go hand in hand with everything we do. Because when you growing up and developing different things that that's negative in your life, them all character defects.
Facts.
Remember that. Whether you use drugs or don't. Because before the drugs came, the character defects came first. And we didn't understand as we was growing up that we was developing these character defects. But it was the poor choices that we started making. And that's what made us say, you know what, I don't mind trying this, or I don't mind stealing this, or whatever it may be that was negative in our life.
Absolutely. It could be a negative personal behavior, personality, attitude, selfishness, dishonesty, anger, fear. It could be misrepresenting ourselves. It could be self-abandonment. It could be quick temper, holding on to grudges. It could be lack of self-control, avoiding responsibility. Like I said, it could be jealous, envy, resentment. If you're not an NA, we got a 12 step thing that we go by, and the best advice that I could give you is 4 through 7. Make inventory of ourselves. That's 4. 5 is admitting to God, to ourselves, and to another human being. 6 is ready to have God to remove all these effects from our life. And 7, humbly ask God to remove our shortcomings.
Okay, and for those that hasn't been to NA or anything of that nature, your character defects is something that you develop as you grow up. It's just the negative things that you end up inheriting within yourself and the choices that you make that you know that ain't right, but you still try to rationalize yourself with them, but you know they still wrong. But guess what? In the end, this the catch. We got offsprings that we have, and you're gonna pass that same generational curse, I would say, down to them, because if you passing them the wrong information and giving them the wrong aspects of life and the character defects, guess what? They're gonna continue to carry that down to their family and so on and so forth. And that's something that we don't want. We got to break that, y'all, as a whole, because it's all about us as a whole. And that's something we got to understand. You know.
Facts. And don't forget, I'm gonna be honest with you. It could be denial too, bro.
Oh,
You know, a lot of these things that I just named, it just ain't no mental health issue. It could be in a healthy relationship or unhealthy relationship. We
oh,
all got character defects,
oh, ain't no
and
question.
a lot of times we don't recognize it. We just feel like we right all the time. No, I mean some of us is jealous of people. Some people is just envy of people, and they can have more than what you have.
Oh,
But sometimes they could be hateful and say, "Why is I'm not happy? How I got, let's say, $100 million, and I'm not happy?" And this person wake up with working 9 to 5, making 12, $13 an hour, and have more joy than me.
wow. And see where that come from is them character defects that you got. See that them negative things that you done instilled in yourself.
Wait, can you say that again? Character defects is like negative.
It's negative aspects of the things that you inherited within yourself as you were growing up. So always remember, the negative things that you got in you, all character
That's
defects.
deep, bro. That's deep.
Hmm.
So we gotta really make inventory of ourselves and look at ourselves first and see how could we be a better person before we judge other people. Um, Pray to God, ask God for forgiveness, ask God to take that feeling out of your mind, out of your body, out of your soul, and God will remove it. Because my third eye just opened when my brother was speaking to me, and also by me doing, um, looking at the definition of these character defects. And I relate to a lot of these character defects with the quick temper, holding on to grudges, um, you know, um, just stuff like that that we think is nothing, like misrepresenting ourselves. You know, little character defects. Maybe watching inappropriate videos. Maybe watching porn. Like little things like that add up to a character defects. But we gotta just work on our character defects and make ourselves better in our mindset, and God will do the rest.
That's right. And the reason we need to work on it because a lot of times we develop these negative aspects of life, and guess what? We don't never confront them. So
No.
they build up and store, and it's just like us storing away things that we really don't need. But we like hoarders. We keeping them and piling them up inside of us, and then next thing you know, look, everything that you do that's supposed to be positive, you rationalize it and it be negative. And you say, well, you know what? Well, guess what? I can do this. I ain't hurting nobody,
Mm-hmm.
but you are hurting somebody.
Yes.
You hurting yourself, your offsprings, the
Yes.
people that love you.
Yes.
You hurt a whole
Yes.
village of people,
Yes.
an aspect of it.
And it's self control. Your reaction that can fuel an addiction and hinder your emotions.
Wow, man, and just think about that. You hindering your emotions in your choice making. You know what I'm saying? By making the right choice.
A thing that I did today, I learned how to control my emotions over money. You know, I had to figure out, okay, we all need money to survive and pay our bills, but you can't let your emotion over money hinder you in your mindset to say, oh, I need to get this money, and I got to hustle. So I had to break through today and just said, I'm gonna do everything what I'm supposed to do in life and let God handle the rest.
That's right.
Even though I know we need money to make, of our needs, but I can't let money take over my emotions.
That's right.
And a lot of us, we know we need money, and money make the world go round. But at the same time, your emotions can destroy you.
That's right. And don't let money control your actions. See, that's what you got to worry about in life. Be humble about the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? And be understanding about making the choices that you need to make when you do come across finances, because finances, they're only things that's going to buy you the material things and things of that nature.
Yes. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode about character defects and soul ties. Um, Me and my partner right here, we've been discussing soul ties since at least 2 years. And I believe that my eyes, the light bulb went off, bling, and I got it. And so I'm about to be working on mine much more than what I was doing. It's not like I understand, I overstand.
That's right. And we all need to work on our character defects. Your character defects, we need to confront them and change them and start to open up our eyes to the things we know that's right and do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we only human and it's going to take time. But in order for it to change, we got to confront them and say, you know what? That's something that I refuse to do again because I already know it's going to bring me bitterness. It's going to bring me sadness.
Yes.
And it ain't going to bring nothing
Everything
good.
negative.
That's right.
Everything negative. So, if you enjoyed this episode of Touch of Faith, please leave a comment. Please leave a like. Please follow on YouTube. I appreciate y'all for taking our time to watch this video.
And we truly love y'all, man. And we need to hear y'all feedback on it. And give us some kind of topics that y'all may want to hit on and talk on with us in our podcast. And we appreciate y'all.
And remember, it's only take a touch of faith.
That's right. Just a touch.
Peace.
Take care.